I'm still trying to do my weight loss stuff. I'm still trying to... There's the vacuum. Doesn't sound too bad. I'm looking at the readout on Audacity. You can definitely hear it, but it's not that big a deal. Especially, hopefully, I can noise gate this shit if it works out right. I don't know. But anyway, I'm still trying to do my weight loss thing. I talked to my dietitian because I have one of those now. Thank you, Medicaid, very much for that. And they recommended something to help with I have an eating disorder. I don't know what the name of it is, because every time I talk to my dietitian, they call it something different. But the basic gist is that I have way too much of a dependency on food emotionally. So, and that combined with a history of self-destruction basically means that when I'm left vulnerable, I tend to eat irresponsibly. So, we've found a few solutions to that so far have been working great, and I'm very happy with, and we will continue to work from there. But until I feel comfortable again with it, or if I just randomly decide to do it one day, that's the thing, is a lot of what I do comes down to how I'm feeling that day. Because my condition, the severity of it changes from day to day. Some days, I can't do a damn thing. I spend a lot of time laying on this bed wanting to do a lot of things that I just can't do. Because either my mental energy is fucked, or or my back is fucked, or my arthritis is acting up. Point is, most times, I want to do so many more things. I want to make more videos. I want to stream more. I want to fuck a lot, but I can't. And I can fuck sometimes. But I'm on like 7 Advil a day right now. This is not medical advice. This is what I was told by my mom, who is a nurse, but she is not my nurse. It is unethical to be a medical professional and give medical care to your loved ones, because especially in the psychiatric field, because that shit is an easy bias. But on average, this is different from person to person, but on average, you can take 2,400 milligrams? Is that mg? Yeah, milligrams. I got the bottle right here. I want to make sure. You can take 2,400 milligrams of ibuprofen a day without there being any lasting effect to your liver. Now, it's not good, and if you do that for years, it's probably a bad fucking idea. And if you have a predisposition for liver problems, or if you're a lighter weight, or any number of things, that you need to fucking talk to your doctor before you start getting anywhere near comfortable with that. But knowing my family history, we don't have a history of liver problems. I'm a heavier weight. Basically, I know that if I have to take 12 of these, because each tablet in this bottle is 200 milligrams. So if I take 12, that's 2,400. That's my limit in a day, and I'm up to 7. And that's enough to sometimes mitigate it. Sometimes. Some days I only need 6 or maybe even 5. Other days, like a little bit ago, I described in my ER visit, I had to go to the hospital and get muscle relaxers and a super powerful ibuprofen because it was just so bad. And literally, it's day to day. Sometimes there's a prompt. Sometimes I'll sleep bad and it'll fuck up my back. Sometimes something big will happen in my life and my mental energy will be shot. But more often than not, it just happens to be I wake up and I find out what my condition is that day, and I find out whether I can do a little bit of what I want to do or none of what I want to do. So that's why schedules are extremely difficult for me. I medically cannot work. I'm disabled. I fucking can't. I can't tell anyone in good conscience, hey, if you schedule me to be here on this day at this time, I'll be there. Because even just showing up is fucking difficult. Let alone all the complications that come with actually working, both physically and mentally. It's too much of a toll on me. So, yeah, the life I live now does not really have a set schedule, and everything that I commit to has to be with the condition of, like, card subject to change, like in wrestling, and it could change at any time. And that's why when people get on me about wanting certain series, and I'm talking about this now, when it comes to certain series, they want me to play it more regularly, or every day, or something like that. I can understand why you want regular content. I would want it too if I was a fan. I am subscribed to so many fucking channels, I don't even know how many at this point, but unfortunately, the people who like what I do, more often than not, they just like the novel themselves, and you can just play it yourself. But if you like what I do with it, the voices or my commentary, thank you. For those people, you like content from someone who is not medically able to be reliable. It's not a choice thing. If I had the choice, I would have a medical status that would allow me to do whatever the fuck I wanted, whenever the fuck I wanted. I just don't have that. And it really bothers me when I get messages and emails of people, innocent intention. No one has been like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why aren't you playing extracurricular activities every minute of every day? No one's been doing that. I want to make that very clear, because I'm not responding to anything that anyone has done that is wrong. The only thing that I could say about what these people have done is that they are failing to take my situation into account when they make the requests. Because it's not up to me when I can record certain things, because very rarely do I have the energy and the physicality to be able to get out of this bed and go to the office, the office, aka the spare bedroom in our house, sit in that chair, set everything up, and record for 30 minutes to an hour at a time. Because I can't crank out a 5-minute episode of Extracurricular Activities, or any novel for that matter. It doesn't work that way. If I did that, Extracurricular Activities would be nearing its 9,000th fucking episode. It doesn't work that way. This series cannot be a TikTok series. So, because of that, I am in the unfortunate situation where every time someone makes a request like that, it feels like they're not paying attention to the reality of the situation with me. And I know it's not... This is part of the mental problems that I have, right? I don't know which one it is. I'm not a fucking expert. I have a few. I know logically that all these people are enthusiastic. They enjoy what I do. They want to see more of it. And they're excited for it. And these are all things I'm extremely grateful for and thankful for. But it's a little dehumanizing based off the connotation that comes about when I have said multiple times that I can't record this series or any series on a regular basis. The fact that for certain stretches of time I've been able to pump out daily videos is a goddamn miracle, and it's all smoke and mirrors. It's all smoke and mirrors. A lot of those sessions where, like those videos where they end without an outro, that's because it's one recording session that I've cut up into sizable chunks so that they are still suitable for episodes, and I try to cut them in a way that isn't super frustrating for the flow of the story. Maybe leave you with a cliffhanger or whatever. But I cut around the times where I have to get up and I have to try to stretch, or when I'm in pain and can't speak, or when I'm having a mental health problem. I cut around those things because those are things that you should not have to deal with. Those are things that I don't want anyone to see. I don't want anyone to experience that. That's not what anyone's there for. And it's just an unpleasant idea for anyone to have to see that. So when I have that reality, and that's every day for me, and I've said this, maybe not to this degree before, but when I get requests for people who want things more regularly, I appreciate the sentiment, but I don't appreciate the lack of awareness over why it doesn't happen. And that's why I'm doing my best right now to explain it as thoroughly as I can. And I know this is not the platform to get a message across. This is not a platform for people to pay attention, because other than the clips, not a lot of people watch this show. And according to my YouTube analytics, most people who watch my channel, stuff on my channel, aren't even subscribed. They just come about, find a video that they watch, and then they leave. Which doesn't give me the most confidence of me being the most approachable, or people wanting to stick around. So there's a lot of implications and stuff that probably get magnified way beyond the necessary level of what I should pay attention to in my head. But that is why I haven't been recording extracurricular activities as regularly as a lot of people would like. And to be quite honest, like, it's one of my top 10 favorite visual novels. And I'll get to something later where I get to a little more detail of what my top 10 visual novels are right now, because that list is ever changing. As of right now, extracurricular activities is not near the top, my dude. It's just not. It's, I would say, well, I'll tell you what the exact position it's at later, but I don't know if this is just because it's been going for 130 plus episodes, or if, there's the vacuum again, or if it's just a personal taste thing, but like, I've never been someone that gets super engrossed with slice of life. I don't have beef with it. I don't have a problem with it. Obviously, I enjoy it to a degree, or else I wouldn't have played it for 130 plus episodes already. There are things I don't like about it, as I mentioned in the video that not everyone took kindly, where I listed some of my complaints for my top 10 visual novels. But overall, it is still one of my top 10 favorites, and I've played a fuck ton of them at this point. So that's not an arbitrary list anymore. But it's not the most engrossing to me personally. Stuff like, supernatural or fantasy or sci-fi or all these things, they're more interesting to me personally. That's why, slice of life novels don't tend to be super high for me. But yeah, so there is a certain level of, I don't want to be told to play something that I'm not interested in playing at that point. Because when there's an update of fucking Echo, or not Adastra now, it's Camia, but stuff like that, I'm more apt to jump at those. Because, one, I just plain like them more. At least Adastra. Camia, not been around long enough for me to get a big feel of it. It's still below extracurricular activities at this point, but I like settings like that more. That, and when a game goes on part-time status, it's easier to be more excited for it. Absence makes the heart grow fonder, whatever. So the fact that extracurricular activities is the endless bowl of pasta, I love pasta, but goddammit, when I'm full, I don't want more. You know? uh, so it's a weird combination of most of the time I can't do it, and sometimes I just don't want to fucking do it. But I still love the game. I still love time. I still love everyone who works on it. Nothing against them. But yeah. So that's a response there. Some of my frustrations with that.